Hi everyone. Welcome back to Unheard Stories, your favorite channel for jaw-dropping tales of betrayal and justice. Now tell me, where are you watching from today? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Let me ask you one more thing. What would you do if your trust was shattered in the most shocking way imaginable? Could you forgive, or would you plan the ultimate revenge? Today's story isn't just about betrayal, it's about a perfectly executed act of revenge that will leave you speechless. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss a single moment of this unforgettable journey. Tyler was the kind of man many envied: a successful career in medical administration, a beautiful home, and what he believed to be a loving, rock-solid marriage. He and his wife Lindsay had built a seemingly perfect life together over their 8 years of marriage. They enjoyed long walks, evenings on the porch, and spontaneous getaways. To Tyler, their bond felt unshakable. Lindsay was as captivating as she was ambitious. A nurse anesthetist with a sharp wit and undeniable charm, she turned heads wherever she went. Her love for exploring new things, whether it was a trendy restaurant or a new hobby, kept her life exciting. Tyler admired her adventurous spirit but sometimes struggled to keep up with her insatiable curiosity. But over time, Tyler noticed subtle cracks in their perfect picture. Lindsay's usual warmth began to fade, replaced by a growing distance. Late nights out became frequent, her explanations vague and unconvincing. She seemed glued to her phone, quickly brushing off Tyler's questions with half-hearted answers. The tension built as Tyler's suspicions grew. What once felt like a loving partnership now felt like a house of cards, teetering on collapse. Little did Tyler know, the truth he was about to uncover would turn his world upside down and push him to the edge. Tyler's life took a sharp turn one seemingly normal morning. Returning home early from a medical conference, he planned to surprise Lindsay and spend a quiet day together. As he pulled into their driveway, he noticed something strange. Lindsay's car was nowhere to be seen. It hadn't rained in weeks, so she wouldn't have garaged it, and her usual note or text about being out was absent. Concerned but trying to stay calm, Tyler called her. The call went to voicemail. When she finally answered 15 minutes later, her tone was groggy, as if she had just woken up. "Why are you calling so early?" she asked sleepily. Tyler could hear faint background noises that didn't sound like their home. He asked casually, "Just checking in, love. Are you home?" Lindsay paused. "Yeah, of course. Just catching up on sleep. I have errands and dinner with Kim and Sally later, so don't worry." Her answer didn't sit right with Tyler. He decided to check their phone tracking app. Glimpse. To his shock, Lindsay's location wasn't at home. Instead, it was near the airport, a Hampton Inn. His heart sank. Why would she be there? His mind raced with possibilities, but none of them were good. Was she with a friend? A client? Or worse, someone else entirely? Desperate for clarity, Tyler drove toward the location. Parking discreetly next door, he watched the entrance. For over an hour he sat in his car, battling a storm of emotions: fear, anger, sadness, and confusion. He replayed every moment of their relationship in his mind, searching for signs he might have missed. And then it happened. Lindsay stepped out of the hotel, holding hands with a younger man Tyler recognized: Justin, a medical student she had mentioned once or twice in passing. They laughed together as if nothing else in the world mattered. Then the final blow: they kissed. Tyler froze, his hands trembling as he snapped photos of the scene. His world felt like it was crumbling before his eyes. 8 years of marriage, countless memories, dreams of the future, it all felt like a cruel joke. But amidst the heartbreak, something shifted within Tyler. A wave of determination replaced his despair. He wasn't going to let Lindsay's betrayal define him or leave him powerless. He decided to gather evidence. Using the tracking app, he monitored their location and timing. With the help of a friendly hotel staffer, he managed to access their room once they had left. The evidence he collected: a disheveled bed, clothing scattered on the floor, and incriminating receipts, painted a vivid picture of Lindsay's infidelity. As Tyler left the hotel that day, his sadness morphed into a steely resolve. This wasn't the end of his story, it was just the beginning. He wasn't just going to confront Lindsay, he was going to make sure her betrayal came with consequences. After the devastating revelation at the Hampton Inn, Tyler knew he couldn't rely on emotions alone. If he was going to confront Lindsay and protect himself in what was bound to be a messy divorce, he needed proof. Solid, undeniable proof. The next morning, Tyler contacted a private investigator named Molly, recommended by a lawyer he trusted. Molly, a seasoned professional, was known for her discretion and sharp investigative skills. After hearing Tyler's story, she assured him she would handle everything swiftly. Molly's team began tracking Lindsay's movements. Over the next few days they discovered a predictable pattern. Lindsay would leave home under the guise of errands or dinner with friends, only to meet Justin at a hotel. The two spent hours together before returning to their respective lives, as if nothing had happened. With each report Molly provided, Tyler felt a mix of rage and heartbreak. The photos were damning: Lindsay and Justin walking hand in hand, sharing intimate looks, and even sneaking kisses in public. But the most incriminating evidence came from the hotel room itself. Using her connections, Molly gained access to their suite with the help of a cooperative hotel manager. Tyler joined her during one of Lindsay's visits, staying just long enough to document the scene. Clothes were strewn about carelessly, a bottle of wine sat half-finished on the nightstand, and the room carried the unmistakable air of intimacy. Tyler recorded everything. Holding his phone steady, he narrated in a calm, deliberate voice, "This is room 319 at the Hampton Inn near the airport. The date is April 28th. My wife, Lindsay Clinton, checked in here with Justin Banks, a medical student, using her credit card. These photos and videos will serve as evidence of their ongoing affair." It wasn't just about having legal proof, it was about reclaiming control over a situation that had left him feeling powerless. The most dramatic moment came a week later. With Molly's guidance, Tyler planned to catch Lindsay and Justin together one final time. Armed with hidden cameras, Molly's team set up surveillance in the hotel room prior to their arrival. When Lindsay and Justin walked in, they were completely unaware that every moment was being recorded. The cameras captured their laughter, their intimate gestures, and ultimately, their betrayal in vivid detail. For Tyler, watching the footage was excruciating but necessary. He needed to see it with his own eyes to solidify his resolve. This wasn't a misunderstanding or a fleeting mistake, it was a deliberate and ongoing betrayal. With the evidence in hand, Tyler consulted his lawyer to ensure the documentation would hold up in court. The lawyer was impressed by the thoroughness of the investigation and assured Tyler that this evidence would protect him in the divorce proceedings. As Tyler reviewed the materials one last time, he felt a mix of emotions: anger, sadness, and an odd sense of relief. The truth was painful, but it also gave him clarity. He no longer needed to question or wonder. The woman he had loved and trusted had broken their vows, and he had the proof to hold her accountable. Determined to confront Lindsay, Tyler knew he had one more step to take. This wasn't just about exposing the truth, it was about ensuring that her actions came with consequences. Armed with irrefutable evidence, Tyler prepared for the confrontation that would change both of their lives forever. Tyler knew that confronting Lindsay at home would give her the chance to twist the situation, play the victim, or avoid accountability altogether. Instead, he decided to serve her divorce papers where she couldn't escape the reality of her actions: her workplace. Molly, the private investigator, helped him plan the confrontation. They chose a time when Lindsay would be in the staff lounge at the hospital, surrounded by her colleagues, including Justin Banks, her affair partner. The goal wasn't to humiliate Lindsay out of spite, but to ensure the truth came to light in a way she couldn't deny or manipulate. On the day of the confrontation, Tyler stood outside the hospital with Molly's team ready to record the encounter discreetly. Molly entered the staff lounge first, carrying the papers and wearing her usual air of authority. As Tyler waited, his mind raced. He felt a strange combination of nervousness, anger, and calm resolve. Inside the lounge, Lindsay was chatting with Justin and another nurse when Molly approached. "Excuse me," Molly said firmly, cutting through the conversation. Justin, not recognizing her, smirked and asked, "Can we help you?" Molly turned to him with an icy glare. "Justin Banks?" she asked, her tone sharp. He nodded cautiously. "Consider yourself served." She handed him an envelope containing legal documents related to Tyler's upcoming lawsuit against him for alienation of affection. The room fell silent, the weight of the moment pressing down on everyone present. Molly then turned to Lindsay, who had gone pale. "Lindsay Clinton?" Molly asked, her voice now steady but cutting. Lindsay stammered, "Yes, that's me." Molly handed Lindsay the divorce papers. "You've been served. Your husband, Tyler Clinton, is filing for divorce on the grounds of infidelity." Lindsay froze, her eyes darting to Justin and then back to Molly. She quickly gathered herself and tried to act dismissive. "This is absurd," she said, forcing a laugh. "He's overreacting to nothing." Molly didn't flinch. "Save it for the court, Mrs. Clinton." With that, she walked out, leaving Lindsay standing in stunned silence, her colleagues staring at her with disbelief and judgment. Justin, visibly uncomfortable, mumbled an excuse and left the lounge, leaving Lindsay to face the fallout alone. Later that evening, Lindsay stormed into their home, her face flushed with a mix of anger and desperation. Tyler was sitting on the porch, waiting for her. She threw the papers onto the table in front of him. "What the hell is this, Tyler?" she snapped. "Serving me at work? In front of everyone? That was low even for you?" Tyler remained calm, his voice steady. "What's low? Lindsay is lying to my face, sneaking around behind my back and destroying our marriage. I gave you everything and this is how you repay me?" She crossed her arms, her tone shifting from anger to manipulation. "It wasn't like that, Tyler. It was just a mistake, one that didn't mean anything. We can work through this. Please don't throw away what we've built over one stupid mistake." Tyler's jaw tightened, his emotions simmering beneath the surface. "A mistake, Lindsay? One mistake doesn't happen over months in hotels with someone you lied about being with. This wasn't a slip-up, it was a choice, a series of choices that proved I didn't matter to you anymore." Lindsay's voice softened, her eyes welling with tears. "I still love you, Tyler. It didn't mean anything with Justin. It was just excitement. Something different. But it's you I want to be with. Please don't do this." For a moment, Tyler felt the weight of their shared history. The laughter, the dreams, the moments when he truly believed they had something unbreakable. But then he remembered the photos, the lies, and the nights he spent alone, consumed by doubt and betrayal. "Lindsay," he said quietly, "if you loved me, you wouldn't have done this. You wouldn't have risked everything we built for a fling. I can't live like this, questioning, doubting, and pretending we can go back to what we were. You made your choice and now I'm making mine." Her tears flowed freely now, but Tyler remained firm. "I'm not staying in a marriage where I'm disrespected, lied to, and betrayed. This is over." Lindsay slumped into a chair, defeated. "So that's it? You're just walking away?" Tyler stood, his voice resolute. "I'm not walking away, Lindsay. I'm moving on, from you, from this betrayal, and from the life you destroyed. You'll have to deal with the consequences of your choices. I already have." As Tyler walked back into the house, he felt a mixture of pain and relief. This chapter of his life was closing, and though the wounds were deep, he knew he had taken the first step toward healing. Lindsay, left alone on the porch, realized too late that her actions had cost her everything. Tyler wasn't content to let Lindsay and Justin walk away from their betrayal unscathed. While he sought legal closure through the divorce process, he also planned a calculated revenge that would serve as a wake-up call to both Lindsay and her affair partner. The first step was ensuring their affair became public knowledge. Tyler shared the evidence Molly had gathered with the hospital's HR department, not out of malice, but to uphold the integrity of the institution where he and Lindsay both worked. In a professional environment, infidelity involving colleagues could lead to serious reputational consequences, and Tyler was determined to expose the truth. The hospital administrators were shocked by the revelations. Lindsay's position as a trusted nurse anesthetist was now under scrutiny, and Justin, a medical student with aspirations of a bright future, faced severe backlash. Though Tyler had no intention of jeopardizing their careers entirely, he felt it was important for their actions to have consequences. Word spread quickly among their colleagues. Lindsay became the subject of hushed conversations in break rooms and judgmental glances in hallways. Married co-workers distanced themselves, unwilling to associate with someone who had betrayed her spouse so publicly. Her once close friends at work grew cold, and invitations to social gatherings ceased. Lindsay found herself increasingly isolated, her charm and wit unable to erase the stigma of her actions. Professionally, her supervisors began to question her judgment and reliability. Though she wasn't immediately terminated, her opportunities for career advancement dwindled. The betrayal had tarnished her reputation, and Lindsay was left to navigate a workplace where she was no longer respected or trusted. Justin, too, faced the fallout of his actions. As a medical student, his career was just beginning, but the scandal now followed him like a shadow. Tyler's decision to pursue a lawsuit for alienation of affection, though unlikely to result in significant legal consequences, was a strategic move to further expose Justin's role in the affair. The lawsuit made waves in professional circles, and Justin's supervisors took note of the poor judgment he had displayed. Though he completed his residency, he received lackluster recommendations, making it difficult for him to secure a prestigious position. Justin's colleagues viewed him as reckless and unprofessional, traits that could derail a promising career in medicine. The scandal ultimately relegated him to a small regional hospital, far from the bright future he had envisioned. Throughout it all, Tyler remained composed. He never lashed out publicly or engaged in petty behavior. Instead, he let the truth and the consequences of Lindsay and Justin's actions speak for themselves. His calm yet resolute demeanor garnered respect from colleagues and friends who admired his strength during such a difficult time. Behind the scenes, Tyler ensured Lindsay's actions wouldn't be swept under the rug. He refused to allow her to manipulate the narrative or play the victim. By standing firm and presenting irrefutable evidence of her betrayal, Tyler preserved his dignity and made it clear that he wouldn't be taken advantage of. For Lindsay, the humiliation and isolation were crushing. She had underestimated the impact her choices would have, not just on her marriage but on her career, friendships, and reputation. Though she tried to move forward, the weight of her actions lingered, a constant reminder of the life she had destroyed. Justin, once confident and carefree, now carried the stain of the affair. His future, once bright, was now a shadow of its potential, a direct result of the reckless decisions he had made. For Tyler, revenge wasn't about destruction, it was about accountability. Lindsay and Justin's choices had consequences, and Tyler's calculated approach ensured they couldn't escape them. In the end, Tyler emerged stronger, with his dignity intact and the freedom to rebuild his life on his own terms. After the dust settled, Tyler was left with an empty house, a signed divorce decree, and the daunting task of rebuilding his life. The pain of Lindsay's betrayal lingered, but it no longer consumed him. Instead, he focused on moving forward, determined to reclaim his happiness and sense of self-worth. Tyler started by making changes to his environment. He sold the house that once felt like a home but was now a reminder of broken promises. Moving to a new city gave him the fresh start he desperately needed. His new apartment, though smaller, became a sanctuary of peace and independence, a space he could truly call his own. In his career, Tyler channeled his energy into excelling at work. His dedication didn't go unnoticed, and he soon earned a promotion, further solidifying his reputation as a skilled and respected professional. Work became a source of pride and stability, helping him rebuild his confidence. Friends and family rallied around Tyler during this time, offering unwavering support. His brother frequently called to check in, and his colleagues, those who had seen him endure the worst, became an unexpected source of encouragement. Even his boss, known for her tough exterior, showed her softer side, reminding Tyler that he had people in his corner. While Tyler was in no rush to start dating again, life had a way of surprising him. During a casual outing with friends, he met Claire, a warm, down-to-earth woman with a kind smile and a calming presence. Their connection started as simple conversations over coffee, with no pressure or expectations. Tyler found himself enjoying Claire's company in a way he hadn't experienced in years. She listened without judgment, and her sincerity made him feel safe. As the weeks went on, their friendship deepened, and Tyler realized he was beginning to trust again. It wasn't about replacing what he had lost, it was about finding something new and better. For Tyler, starting over wasn't just about moving on from Lindsay, it was about rediscovering himself. He embraced his independence, found strength in his relationships with friends and family, and allowed himself to hope for a brighter future. Though the scars of betrayal would never completely fade, Tyler learned that they didn't have to define him. With each passing day, he grew stronger, wiser, and more open to the possibilities ahead. His journey of healing wasn't just a new beginning, it was a testament to his resilience and his determination to live a life built on trust, respect, and love. Tyler's journey through betrayal and heartbreak taught him lessons that would shape his future. He realized that trust is the foundation of any relationship, and once it's broken, rebuilding it becomes nearly impossible. Lindsay's actions reminded him that betrayal doesn't just destroy relationships, it also challenges your sense of self-worth. But Tyler refused to let the betrayal define him. Instead, he discovered his own resilience. He learned that walking away from what hurts you isn't weakness, it's a powerful act of self-respect. Tyler found strength in his ability to let go, rebuild, and embrace the opportunities life still had to offer. He also understood the importance of forgiveness, not for Lindsay but for himself. By releasing the anger and sadness, he freed himself to move forward without being chained to the pain of the past. In the end, Tyler's story is a reminder that while betrayal can break you, it doesn't have to destroy you. How you rise, heal, and rebuild your life is what truly defines you. Betrayal hurts, but moving forward is the ultimate victory. Never forget your worth and never stop believing in the life you deserve. What would you do if you were in Tyler's shoes? Could you forgive or would you take a stand like he did? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you'd handle a betrayal like this. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who might need inspiration, and subscribe to Unheard Stories for more incredible tales of heartbreak, revenge, and resilience. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And trust me, the next story will take twists and turns you won't believe. Stay tuned for a tale even more shocking and unforgettable than this one. You won't want to miss it.